following program is classified G. It's suitable for all ages.
Good evening and thank you for joining us on Business Best, and this is a platform where we showcase the best in the business, and we will be introducing to you people who have excelled in their particular field in order to showcase their latest developments in their respective industry. Now today on the show we have a guest who is not involved in just one thing but so many on her plate, and so with that discussion I would like to get more introduction from her itself. So with that, I would like to introduce you to Tamashi Hettiarachchi, who is the co-founder of Stage Goal Investments. Tamashi, thank you so much for joining me on the show today and allocating your time with us here. So to start off the discussion, I think you will have to tell our audience a little bit about yourself and what exactly you do.
Yeah, well, I'm actually the Managing Director of Stage Goal Investments Private Limited, a Director of Hanum Resort, and owner of TG Dance Studios, and also one of the directors of Entrepreneurs Lanka.
Tell me a little bit about your background, where you started off. You told me that you started off in Maldives, but then you came here and did your business. How did that all work out?
Yes, actually I started when I was 18. I went to Maldives. I actually went to work. I started as a receptionist and then got promoted as a front office manager, hotel supervisor, hotel manager. And then I met my business partner in Maldives. He's a Sri Lankan, Sachin Samaranayaka. And we actually did few projects together, and like refurnishing and all. And then we came up with the idea, why don't we start up a business? Because he has the knowledge, I have the operation knowledge. He is good in sales. So we started Stage Goal Investments in 2016. We initially began in Maldives, and then we expanded it to Sri Lanka. And then we came down to Lanka in 2020, and we started into manufacturing of wooden doors, plywood doors. We were into trading paint, few furnitures, and also flooring, vinyl flooring. In Maldives, we were into resort supplying. So that was a different journey, but we are also having a hotel in Aigama called Hanum Resort, and that's how things are.
Okay, you just listed out a lot of things that you're involved in, but I don't think we'll have the time to talk about everything. But on the show today, we'll be focusing mainly on Stage Goal Investments. Yeah. So why don't you tell our audience about what Stage Goal Investments is about and what are the services that you all are providing?
Yes, Stage Goal Investments is about manufacturing. We are into different segments. So one is into manufacturing of wooden doors and plywood doors, and also we are into trading paint, also vinyl flooring, waterproofing. We are into a few other segments, but for the moment we are mostly focusing on manufacturing of wooden doors and paint.
Yeah, I mean, when you submitted your company profile, which I'm looking here right now, like Stage Goal Investment basically provides everything
in one roof.
In one roof, exactly. There's like solid doors, waterproofing, wall coating, floor paints, wooden coatings, luxury living. I mean, everything is there.
Yes.
Like people will not have to, look for different suppliers, and as long as they contact you, they can give everything there.
So mostly when they come to us, they can have everything. If you are building up a house, please do come to me. You can have painting from the doors, from the locks, from wall designing, everything from us.
Tell me, there was an interesting story behind how Stage Goal Investment, the name was brought up. You told me over the phone as well. Tell us about it.
Yes, so my name is Tamashi Hettiarachchi. So my business partner's name is Sachin Samaranayaka. So we wanted to come up with our name initials. So his name starts with S, and I couldn't come up with anything T, so I got my second name G. And actually Stage Goal, we wanted to, stage by stage, we will come to every goal, go through another goal every day, every year. So that's how we build up Stage Goal. And that's how we came up with Stage Goal Maldives and Stage Goal Investments in Sri Lanka.
So you're operating both, still in Maldives and
Yes,
Sri Lanka,
and Sri Lanka both.
So how are you handling the operations in Maldives?
My
while you're
business
here?
partner is in Maldives, and he's
Right.
handling.
So you're
here.
handling the
I'm
operations
handling
here.
in Sri Lanka.
That's amazing. So being a female entrepreneur, now you've been in this entrepreneurship in this field for quite some time. You told that you initiated it in 2016, but in 2020 here in Sri Lanka. So you're still young, and that means at a very young age you have been into this entrepreneurship and getting into business. How was your journey?
It was hectic. It was very difficult because I started around 19. I joined as a receptionist when I was 18, and I met my business partner when I was 19. So from 19 onwards, it was very difficult as a girl, very young girl, because it's very difficult to get the trust from people since I was young, and to deal with someone it was a bit difficult too, but I was always supported by my business partner and my parents. And being an entrepreneur is very difficult, facing people, complaints, handling laborers, employees, it's very difficult. And getting into a new market is also very difficult at a young age.
Now, how was the progress now when you were a teenager and when you are now? Have you been developing yourself, and are you still facing those challenges?
I'm still facing those challenges.
Really?
At this age, it's been around 7 years, but still I'm facing a lot of difficulties. But as I said, my business partner is there always to help me out and support.
Do you think it's easier for you to do business here in Sri Lanka or in Maldives?
I think since I was in Maldives for 5 years, Maldives is much easier, because in Maldives business, it's really easy. When we contact, maybe if it's into engineering work, we will directly contact the engineer, chief engineer. But he will list down the deal and go on. But if it's in Sri Lanka, we have to go to the chief engineer, we have to go to purchasing, we have to go to finance. There are different levels. So it's a bit difficult here to do business, to get approvals.
Is a little bit tough.
It's really difficult. And
what are the other challenges you faced here in Lanka? Not just an entrepreneur, being an entrepreneur, but as a business as a whole, what are the challenges that you faced?
At the moment, the inflation. The crisis is really hectic. It's very difficult for us. We face a lot of difficulties right now. From 2020 onwards, it was very difficult. Managing people lost a lot of jobs, and our staff was very insecure. We actually had to close down a few of our segments for the moment because of the material costing and transportation lockdown. We had to shift our officers to different location to one of my properties. We were rented out in a different in Gegoda. We had to shift it to one of my other properties because of the inflation, and dollar rate is going every day up. So
really
it was very difficult.
But how can you describe the demand for this industry? Has it increased or decreased?
It is still there, but due to the inflation, it's getting decreased actually. But mostly people who are employed, they get a monthly salary. So those are kind of our target audience, because they get loans and somehow they need the house to be built from that cash.
Right.
So that's how we target the audience for the moment. But actually, it's there, but it's a bit not really good at the moment.
So right now, is business better in Maldives or here?
Maldives.
Definitely, right?
Yes.
Because of the economic crisis.
Yes.
So these services, are you all providing island-wide, or you all are just sticking to Colombo itself?
Island-wide. So stage call it's always island-wide. So whenever a customer calls us, even from Anuradhapur or Jaffna, yes, we will go. We'll go for a site visit, we will check it out, and we will deliver it to them to their doorstep.
Okay, how are the operations running so far? How do people get involved with you? Where is your factory? Where do you source your resources? Is it difficult to find your resources these days?
Yes, it is very difficult, and also cost-wise, it's very difficult. So transportation-wise, yes. So our factory is in Aigama. As I told you, we have a small hotel called Handakandika Resort. So it's a 200 acres hotel. So separated, we have a factory there in the same property, a bit away from the hotel. So we have a factory there, and from there we manufacture goods, and then we deliver it to the customers.
All right. Now, you mentioned a hotel, I think you mentioned a dance studio also, and the Stage Gold Investments are completely into constructions. That's like a mix of all industries in one, and you're engaged in everything. How do you manage everything? Like, is it easy to focus on everything at the same time?
No, it is really not easy. My business partner, when he actually recently went to Maldives so that we can expand our business in Maldives too. Because we came down in 2020 and we actually paused our business in Maldives. So now he went back, but till then he was helping me out in Lanka. He was into sales and I was looking after the operations. So that's how we manage everything. When it's about TG Dance Studios, I handle it with my mom. She is very helpful for me. And regarding the hotel, my business partner's father also helps me out with operations.
Okay, Tamashi, like before we continue our discussion, we'll have to go into a short commercial break. You're watching Business Best and we will be back soon. Welcome back to Business Best, and we are in discussion with Tamashi Hettiarachchi, the co-founder of Stage Gold Investments. Now, Tamashi, I think you gave an idea about what you do and what Stage Gold Investment was about. Now, to pick up on where we stopped, I think you mentioned that you came down to Sri Lanka and started business in 2020.
Yes.
And that was in the midst of the COVID pandemic,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Why did you think that it was a good idea for you to start business at that time, and how did it go? Like, you're still managing.
We're still managing.
How?
Well, actually, it wasn't a good idea, everyone was saying, but why not? Because we were not only into one segment, we were into different segments. So at least from something it will work out. Not everyone needs, I mean, if we focused on one product, then that product is the only way we can earn. But if we focus on different products, something will work out. So that's one reason, I mean, I never want to give up. So we are trying, we will never give up. So I think even though it was a difficult time, the marketing we did at that time is very useful in my future, for our future. So right now that marketing is actually helping me now, even though the crisis is still on, but still people getting to know us is much better. I think I will have a better future with my business.
Right. Now, when considering the dance studio, which is entertainment, Stage Gold Investment into construction and all that, and business, entertainment, and tourism and hospitality, so many different fields, like, what is your main passion? Why did you want to do everything together and not focus on just one industry?
Yes, actually my passion is into tourism industry. I have 5 years of experience in tourism industry, so I'm most likely into tourism. But when it's about Stage Gold, my partner, he's into engineering and sales, trading. So we got together, I will do the operations, he will do the sales. So it's working out actually. It's a teamwork. So, and mostly in Maldives, I have helped out my friends with some businesses. They were into construction. So I had that knowledge. And my business partner's knowledge also gave me a lot of experience. We did things together. So that is one. And also construction is always there wherever we go. So when we think about opportunities.
Right.
And TG Dance Studio, actually it's a different story. So it's actually my mom who always wanted it. And one of my relatives, they got together and they were like, Tamashi, why don't you start up? Because I'm very bad at dancing. I'm not good at dancing. So they were like, at least you can learn. So actually my mom loves dancing and aerobics, yoga. So it's at the same property which belongs to me. So I was like, okay, why not? And then we started a dance studio. We are into Western, Canadian dancing, yoga, aerobics, and a few others.
All right. So now tell me, Tamashi, why would people want to enroll with y'all? What's so special about Stage Goal Investments, and what makes y'all stand out?
Yes, Stage Goal standouts. We are into quality, and we are actually into customer oriented. We will always help the customer. Sometimes customers comes with, I already paid, but I want to change the design. Then actually it's a very difficult part because it's cost-wise for us once we started manufacturing. But still we are always like, no, we will still come up with something suitable for them, something that they like. So we are always into quality, service, after service. So they can actually get everything from one place. If they buy many other things from us, not only doors, if they buy paint, if they buy furniture, if they buy waterproofing, they can get discounts from us also. So we have that particular different promotions going on. So I think our quality is, I won't say it's the best, but it's one of the best.
Okay. So what have you been working on these days? What is Stage Goals Investment working on? New projects that you all are coming up with?
There are a few projects, ongoing projects, but for the moment we are trying to expand the hotel industry. From the hotel industry, we are planning to come up with some villas and come up with a hotel chain. So we are trying to expand it into Stage Go Travel. So that's the new project we are going to start. And also in Maldives, we are starting, we have already, my partner is there in Maldives and trying to start up again.
So y'all are trying to expand Stage Goal Investments into the hotel industry also?
Yes.
That's amazing. So when running a dance studio, like you said you're bad at dancing, but you completely did it because of your mom. So isn't it difficult to do something that you don't like, but still you need to have that passion in order to run the business, right? What was the challenge there?
Actually, my mom, she's always pushing me. You can do it. You can do it. You do this, you will be able to benefit this. So she's always pushing me, and my friends, my family, they are like so into, you know, you can do this, why not? If you did this, why don't you do this? You can succeed. So actually that is the reason. So it was a bit challenging at first. I know nothing about dancing. So I had to get some information from my friends, do a small research, talk to people who is into dancing, and that's how it is. But it's still ongoing. But we started it last year. But now we have actually expanded to a few other dancing, we're trying to go for Latin now.
Right, okay. Coming back to Stage Goal Investment, is there a particular target market that you're focusing on? Is it just the corporates? Are you doing individual households as well? How does that work?
Actually, for the moment, we are doing households because, as I said, they get a salary at the end of the month. They can pay. And also corporates, yes. But corporates, it's a bit competitive for the moment. So I go with households most of the time. So
you said that, you know, the demand has not decreased, but there's always some construction going on somewhere or the other. From which area in Sri Lanka have you had the most business from?
Colombo.
Colombo?
Yes.
Okay. And about these new projects, now you said that you want to expand into other areas also. What challenge do you think that you'll be facing in the future? Like, what are the risks that you feel that might come up?
The crisis. I'm actually worried that the crisis will go on for a few more, a year or two, maybe 5 years. So I'm actually wondering, scared that how things will go on in future. And also regarding most of our laborers, they are trying to go abroad. So there will be, the demand for the laborers will increase, and the laborers, we won't be able to find them in Lanka.
Decrease in manpower.
Yeah, it's going down. People are going abroad.
Do you have a plan to cope up with that?
We're still, yes. Because we're still analyzing how things will happen within this year. There are 3 more months. We never know what will happen.
Okay. So now, if people want to enroll with y'all and get in touch with y'all, how can they do that, Tamashi?
They can always get us through social media, Facebook, Instagram, and also they can directly call us and email us and get through us.
So Tamashi, as my last question, what can you tell to the young entrepreneurs out there, female entrepreneurs who want to start off their business because they are feeling a bit scared, I think, to step out into the world of entrepreneurship because of the challenges that you faced as well and because of the economic crisis. What advice can you give to the people out there?
I think for the young ladies, it's better that always stay close to your family and get help from them, because as a girl it's very difficult in this country to face with people. So I think the best option is to always hang on and never give up, and go with always have a lawyer when you start up a business. The lawyer will give lot of information that we don't have and we didn't know, and that will be actually a background help, for a young generation like us. I think that's the best, I think, because I have lawyers, and whenever I face an issue, I always talk to them before I continue with anything. So having a lawyer and having parents help is also really important, because they have the experience better than us when we start young.
When you wanted to become an entrepreneur, from where did you get your inspiration from?
Actually, my father's father, my grandfather, he was DP Hettiarachchi. He was in Pilianda. He was a businessman. So I have never seen him. He passed away before I was born, but I have heard a lot of stories about him. So I think his business knowledge and things that I have heard and all. And one of my uncle called Uncle Prabhat, he's a hotelier. So his knowledge, his experience, I have seen him taking awards, I have seen him doing business. And there were a few other people who always push me, TG, they call me TG. You can do it, you can always be a nice person, you can always do something to the society, you can always go ahead, carry on your family name.
All right, thank you Tamashi for sharing your ideas, and I wish you all the very best also in your future plans of expansion and everything that you're doing right now. And I think, the female entrepreneurs also there can get something out of your story. You just don't have to specialize in one thing. If you like a lot of things, you definitely can do it. But
be a master of one thing.
Really, do you believe in that? Was it difficult for you to juggle everything?
Actually, it was difficult.
With your personal life and business, with,
yes,
a lot
it
on your
is.
plate.
I mean, sometimes I can't sleep. I don't get the time to sleep enough hours. Doing all the things, getting calls. I mean, sometimes I get calls at 10 o'clock. And I'm like, okay, I still have to do it. It's my business. So in the hotel industry, we don't have time. Even if it's at night, if something's wrong, we have to work on it.
But you're still enjoying what you're doing.
I'm still enjoying.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think everybody should have that dedication and inspiration, motivation from somewhere. If they really want to do it, they can do it.
Yes.
Well, with that, I think we'll have to end our program as well. Tamashi, thank you again for taking the time to join me on the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right, and that was our episode on Business Best, and we will be back again next week with another product or service that would interest you. Just in case you can watch us online, you can always catch us on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Derana English. I'm Suzanne Shanali. Stay safe and have a good night.